Hello beautiful people, how are you guys doing? My YouTube family, so good to be back again bringing you another video. My name is Onyinye Okoye. I like to call myself the Wonder Woman in the building, and this is Coach Onyinye. I have close to 8 years of experience in professional network marketing. I am a top leader in my network marketing company, and I lead over 3,000 team members. So I can tell you that I do have the experience to share with you some of the tips that I'm about to share with you. So before we get started, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and make sure you interact by commenting below. If you find value in what I'm about to share with you, please share this video with your team members as well. So today I want to talk about managing your team. As your team members begin to grow and multiply in number, how do you manage them? And I want to give you some tips on how you should be able to manage your team members. If you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes. And my number one tip is that you need to train. You need to train your team members. You need to equip them. So you need to train them. A lot of us just imagine that they are just going to get information from somewhere else. No. You need to train your team members. You need to tell them the do's and the don'ts. They need to understand how to navigate the company. They need to understand how to navigate your system, your success plan. They need to understand the products and how they work. They need to understand these things. So the first thing you're going to do is to make sure that for everybody who comes into your team, you train them. Let them have the basic, at least the basic information that they require. Do not just send them, materials. Engage with them, train them, so that they understand the company, they understand the product, they understand the compensation plan. Train them on other topics as well. It can be in digital marketing, it can be in running adverts, it can be in designing using the Canva. Make sure you train them in every aspect, because this is going to help you develop independent leaders. Really important. So train your team members. Very important. And my next tip is follow up. A lot of us feel like if we now have leaders who have attained a certain level, we shouldn't follow up with them anymore. No, you need to follow up with your team members. You need to follow up with your team members. Call them, find out how you're doing, give them tasks and responsibilities, and see to it that they complete these tasks and then they achieve what you have asked them to do. Look at how well they are also leading their own team. You can chip in 1 or 2 advices based on your own experience. So following up your leaders is really important. Even if they are 100% independent, you still need to place a follow-up call to ensure that they are on track. Placing a follow-up call to your really independent leaders is also going to make them feel loved. They're going to feel appreciated. They're going to feel like you have them in at heart, and they're really going to want to put in even more work, even though they are putting in the work for themselves. So it's very important that you follow up with your team members. Follow up with their family as well. Ask them how your kids, your family. You can go a little bit personal, but do not cross the boundaries. So it's very important you follow up. My tip number 2 is that you need to give room for growth. So as you train your leaders, as you train your team members, you need to start giving them responsibilities that will ensure that they showcase what you have taught them, what you've trained them on, and that way they are going to grow. So you need to give them room for growth. Do not do everything. You're the one who takes the training, you're the one who does this, you're the one who does that. You're not giving your team members room for growth, which would not make them independent leaders. So it is very important that you give your team members room to practice all you have been telling them. It's very important that you give them room for growth. Very important. My next tip, which is my number 4 tip, is that you need to set clear expectations. Don't imagine that the person knows or the person knows what you're thinking. So you need to say, hello, Leader Amaka. This is my expectation of what and what you need to do. You need to make sure you do this, you do that, you do that, you do that. On the company side, this is what the company is expecting of you. Personally, I also expect you to set your personal goals, your weekly goals, your monthly goals, your quarterly goals on what you're expecting from yourself. So set your expectations so that you do not feel offended if they do not do something, because they are not mind readers. So you need to set the expectations on time. Let them know what they're expected to do per level. there are different categories of leaders, and as they progress to the next level, you need to also set the expectation and communicate it clearly so that they understand exactly what it is that that they are going into. So it's very important you set clear expectations. My tip number 5 is that it's important you provide tools. As the leader of the leaders, you need to provide tools for your leaders, to make life easy for them. Provide them with tools, editing tools, marketing tools, advertising tools. Provide them with training materials, training tools. Make life easy for your team members and your leaders as well. So ensure that you're always coming up with something creative that would just make it easy for people to fall in line with the system that you have already created. So all I'm saying is that you should create tools, create a system that people can easily plug into, and they just fall in line. So it's very important you provide tools. And my next tip is this: praises. You need to sing of their praises. If they do something really nice, celebrate them, tell them well done, give them a pat on their back, tell them you've really done well, I'm super proud of you. Make sure you celebrate your leaders, celebrate your team members. The fact that they are leaders doesn't mean that they shouldn't be celebrated. That's why you are their upline. So make sure you celebrate their leaders on their birthdays. Remember to send a birthday gift or send birthday wishes. Remember to celebrate every milestone that they achieve within the company. It's very, very important that you celebrate your leaders. And then finally, I want to say that in as much as I'm saying that you should, be personal at times, sing praises and all of that, you need to be firm so that boundaries will not be crossed. So communicate whatever it is, your intentions, or communicate the instructions firmly but nicely. Do not be rude to your team members. Do not shout on your team members. Do not they're not your servants. You're not a boss over people you've employed. You didn't employ them. You're not paying them. So do not be rude to them. Be firm so that they get the job done, but do not be rude. So it's good to be firm but not rude. Be firm and nice at the same time. It's really, really important that you do that as well. So I hope you found value. Which of these tips struck you the most? Let me know in the comment section. Remember to hit the like button. Remember to subscribe to this video. And if there's any other topic you really want me to talk about, put it in the comment section and I'll be sure to get back to it. My name is Onyinye Okoye and I'll see you on the next video. Bye guys.